What's up, you guys? Sound24 here. I don't want to waste any time, because I had a couple seconds of blank space there, but whatever. That was Run Devil Run, and that is not originally by Kesha. It's originally by Girls' Generation, but that was one of the songs that came on. So, Chapter 17, My Stepbrother. So this is what the sleepover is about. I knocked on Trace's bedroom door, and he let me in. Zeke smiled at me from the bed. I glanced at Trace, wondering if Zeke and I could have a little PDA with Trace. Trace sighed and shrugged. Do whatever as long as you're close, Dan, he grumbled. Zeke, I cheered, and I launched into his arm. He fell over on Trace's bed as he caught me and landed and laughed, kissing me. Hi, he said with a smile. He sat up and wrapped his arms around me. We glanced at Trace. What are we doing tonight? We asked at the same time. We laughed as Trace rolled his eyes and sat next to us. Whatever, he said. Threesome, I shrieked. Gross, Zeke and Trace cried at the same time. I don't want Juliet's sloppy seconds, Zeke said, grinning at Trace, as Trace flipped him off. You're just jealous that you can't get in, Trace said with a shrug. Okay, Trace, no one wants to hear about your sex life, Zeke said laughing, unless your dad. Trace rolled his eyes. You wouldn't tell my dad, and you know it, so shut up, he said, simply. Zeke shrugged and smirked. It's just nice to have some blackmail. Oh, Mr. Sanders, your beloved innocent son isn't a virgin, he said, his voice sweetly threatened. Zeke, Trace said in a threatening voice. Zeke laughed again and kissed my cheek. I'm not that mean, Trace, he said with an innocent smile. Trace watched him suspiciously. I just get the feeling that everyone on the soccer team is mean, I said with a curious frown. My eyes widened a little, slapped a hand over my mouth as Zeke stared at me in shock. He narrowed his eyes at me as I blushed. Trace rolled his eyes again. What do you mean? Corey, what happened? What do you mean? Zeke asked. I pulled my hand away from my mouth and shook my head slowly. Nothing, I said nervously. Zeke glared from me to him to Trace. Trace, what does he mean? What happened? Did they hurt you, Corey? Trace, did they hurt him? His voice was starting to scare me a little. No, there was just a little misunderstanding today. No one hurt him. I'm perfectly fine, I said with a smile. I would have gone on ninja on their asses. I know, Corey Fu. I made some random chopping motions with my hands. Who was it and what did they do? Zeke asked flatly, his eyes on Trace. It was Davey, Sammy, and Greg. They were threatening him a little. They didn't actually get to hurt him. I got there in time and I warned them off. Corey was fine, Trace said with a shrug. If they ever get near you again, you tell me, Corey. Got it? Zeke demanded, his eyes flashing dangerously. I'll kick their sorry homophobic asses. Zeke, you're scaring me, I said with a pout. I bonked his head. Now stop being scary. Be nice again. I bonked his head again. My pout getting even deeper. Zeke rubbed his head and kissed me deeply. Fine, fine, fine. I'll be nice again. Just stop hitting me, he whined. Hey, lovers, can we actually do something now? Trace asked in annoyance. Well, we would do something if you told us what you wanted to do. Duh. God, Trace, you're stupid, I cried, shaking my head. Corey, why did your parents divorce? Trace asked. The question was so sudden it caught me off guard. It caught me completely off guard. My face fell and started in confusion. Wait, my ears fell off. What did you say? I asked them, realized what I just said. Oh man, my ears didn't fall off. I would need a doctor for that, or a gynecologist, or an ear specialist, one of those three. Anyway, I didn't hear what you want. I didn't hear you is what I meant to say. What did you say? Why did your parents divorce? He repeated, his expression calm, cold, and curious. Trace, Zeke said with a frown. I'm curious, I want to know. I'm sure he knows about my mom by now, but I don't know anything about his dad, Trace said simply, leaning back and watching me curiously. Dad, guy with the dangling between his legs and shoved in my mom for my conception. Him, right, I began to babble nervously. Corey, stop, you don't have to talk about anything if you don't want to. Trace is just being an ass, Zeke said, shooting the look at Trace and tightening his arms around me. No, he's going to talk about it, Trace said with a shrug. I shook my head at Zeke. When he wants to yell at Trace, I kissed him gently and forced a small smile. It's okay, Zeke, I said. I turned to Trace as Zeke took my hand and squeezed her. I bit my lip inside. My dad, he was not a nice guy. He was drunk, he used to hit me and my mom, but I don't really remember him that well. He drove himself home from a bar when I got into a crash. He didn't make it alive. I was 6. I shifted uncomfortably. I hated talking about that because I hated the relief I had felt when my mom explained that my dad was gone and he's never coming back. I hated remembering both of our relief at his funeral. I hated feeling like a bad person for feeling glad that my own father was dead. But he really used to beat me, and I had been a defenseless little boy. I turned and kissed Zeke, and he held me tighter as I rested my head on his shoulder and forced a smile. So that's my side. What's yours? Trace shrugged, unconcerned. My mom had me and didn't care for me and left when I was 8 years old. She was a workaholic. Shitty mother. He shrugged again. We fell into awkward silence. So, dance party, I screamed and jumped out of Zeke's lap and began to dance the funky chicken. Oh God, what the hell are you doing? Zeke asked in horror. The funky chicken, I screamed. Dance the dance of funky chickens. Zeke, control it or kill it with fire. Just do something before I go blind. Trace groaned and covered his eyes, shaking his head. Zeke grabbed my hand and dragged me back down in his lap. He wrapped his arms around me tightly, making me feel like I was in a Zeke-shaped straitjacket. A very comfortable, warm Zeke-shaped straitjacket. I pouted and Zeke gave me puppy dog eyes. I want to get down like a funky chicken, I whined. He pressed his lips to mine gently and shook his head. If you ever do that again, I'm going to rip your limbs off and feed them to a hobo, Trey said, still shaking his head. That was so disturbing. Psh! You guys just don't know good dancing when you see it, I said, rolling my eyes. I said, rolling their eyes stupidly. I should be on Dancing with the Stars. I would win for sure. Oh, Corey, this is why I love you, Zeke said, laughing. He kissed me before shifting and pulling me off his lap. Zeke, where are you going? I was sitting there, you asshat. I whined, missing his lap. It was so comfortable and lap-like. There's this thing called a bladder. When it gets full, I have to empty it. I figure you didn't want to be in my lap for that part of my yearning journey. I'll be back soon, Corey. Try not to miss me too much, he said, with a wink before leaving Trace's room. I miss him too much, I said. Get him back here, Trace, right now. Trace had shifted closer to me. You and Zeke are good together. He spoke the words as if they caused him some pain to form. Still, I smiled. Thanks, Trace, I mumbled. Corey, how did you know you were gay? He asked quietly. Not that I'm gay, I'm just wondering. I still like my girlfriend and sex with her. I don't like guys at all, he added quickly. Well, maybe not yet. I chuckled and shrugged. I knew. I had a feeling for guys. I found them attractive, and I dreamt of kissing them, and it was pretty obvious for me. I didn't fight against it either. I just accepted who I was. I told my mom, then I came out to my friends, family, and the school. I didn't care what homophobes said about me. I was just happy to be myself. I was better than them because I wasn't afraid to be myself. I would never let them beat me down. I gave Trace a goofy grin. Corey, I want to try something. It doesn't mean anything, though. Nothing at all. I just want to try it, Trace said, his voice barely audible. What? I asked curiously. What do you want to My sentence was cut off when Trace's soft lips connected with my own. On this note, I am evil, leaving you guys here. And since I'll be gone until Sunday, but maybe if you guys comment, vote a shit ton, I'll upload the next chapter, which is going to be a long one before I go to bed tonight. Yes, I am a comment/vote whore, so do it, my pimps. So that's the end of that chapter. So, what do you guys think? Why do you guys think Trace did that? Oh, and before I leave, I have to tell you the colors. So, the eyeshadow color, I don't know, you guys can see that, is from LA Colors, of course. This is LA Colors EP113. It's Waterworld, and I used this color right here. And then for my lips, this is actually not lipstick. It's a jumbo. It is a LA Colors jumbo eye pencil. So yeah, it's literally a eyeshadow pencil, but it works wonders. And this is number CP422 Summer Love. So I will be wearing something like, I will be using still a jumbo pencil for my lips tomorrow for blue, and I think I'll be using the same thing. So yeah, let me guys comment down below, why do you think that he did that? Do you guys know why, or do you just think he did it just to be stupid? So yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow for chapter 18. And until next time, gay is okay, just ask the GSA. Mwah!